Hello, I'm Mr. Blanchard, and I'm going to tell you about Zearn. Zearn is probably the most important math website they do at home. The other websites are fine, but this website goes exactly with the book. So if they complete everything in second grade on this website, you know they completed everything for second grade that they need through the year, because I know we're not going to get to all the stuff in class. So the first thing you'll need to do is log in. This is one of the few sites where I'm not using sign in with Google. You probably have to ask your teacher what their username and password is. Mine are all over the place because some of them are using what they used last year and some of them are using a new one. So if you don't know how to log in, just ask your teacher and we can look that up for you real quick. When they get logged in, it'll look something like this, where the top part shows you what skill they're on. The bottom part might be what you just got done. And then there's badges where you can kind of look and see what you've previously done. And then I'm going to tell you how this is basically broken apart. So when you go through the lessons, it's broken into fluency, guided practice, and independent practice. Now this is a teacher view, so this looks way different. The number gym activities are kind of like your fundamental skills. So they're skills that students should be able to do real fast. It's just kind of a warm up. And I could see that there's several different activities they can do. It's just a practice, get warmed up, get ready for the skill. The next thing, it could be a blast, it could be a sprint, it could be a mix and match, but they're basically similar to your time tests. Like a sprint is like a time test, but these time tests kind of have a little bit of they're a little different than what we're used to. You know, we're used to like 8 plus 7, 6 plus 4, and so forth. These sprints usually kind of build upon each other. So like the first one is 3 plus 1 is 4. The next one is 30 plus 10. So you're basically thinking it's still 3 plus 1, but it's 3 tens plus 1 10. There's 40, and they go through and they kind of see how many they get in a minute, and then they try for round 2. By the way, if I make any mistakes, I'm doing these fast. So if I make any mistakes on here, just a little heads up that could happen. So sprints and then blasts are very similar, where they do math problems and they see how they did. So that's the first couple parts. The next part is the guided practice. And it could be a math chat, it could be a learning lab, it could be a story time. They're all basically the same, where it's basically guiding you through how to do each lesson. So if I click on a math chat real quick, they'll basically go through, and you can see there'll be a video where they talk.
We just added a 1 to 36.
And when you get to the next circle, usually there's a task for you to do. So it says subtract 1 from 36. I'm going to subtract 1. Now what is the value? I got a 35. And then the kids will go through and do this. What's 1 less than 36? These move along very slowly, step by step by step, hopefully to get the kids to do it. Also beware, kids will try to do this, where they'll just click onto the next circle and not watch the video. I mean, it could work for some kids, but I notice a lot of kids in my class, and I'm sure most second graders, will just try to skip the video and go as fast as possible. There'll be some things where it says solve in your notes they want you to do on a blank piece of paper. So this is a Zearn. They might need to actually do stuff on paper, especially when you get to the harder arithmetic. So there's like a 35, and then 36 minus 1 is 35. So that's just that's the guided lesson. And then when they get down to the guided lesson, they go to the Tower of the Power. And that's kind of like a testing to see, do you actually know what you're supposed to do? So right here it says, what is 2 tens more than 40? Kids will know, okay, 40 plus 20 is 60. It's a power because it progressively gets harder and harder. Now you did the arrow way. Now you're doing the way we're all used to. And as you move up to the tower, it gets more harder. So it's the same problem. 2 tens more than 40. It's the same thing, just worded differently. And it's just to get them to practice the different things they do. Another reason why it's really good to use this website is because we as teachers can kind of see how you're doing. So on here, I could see, I have the names hidden. I could see how far everyone's going. I could also control where you go. So that's why some skipped to module 4. M4 means module 4, because I wanted kids to be on different parts. And I could also see who has been working. I could click on the name, say how long you've been working, and the last time you've been logging in. So it's just good for us to know how kids are progressing. And again, this is our math series. So if they get all the way through all the second grade lessons,